more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. It's Superman.
This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman. Empowered with X-ray vision, possessing remarkable physical strength, Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice, disguised as a mild-mannered newspaper reporter, Clark Kent.
Let's face it, the world is indeed in turmoil right now. Whether that would be coronavirus or any virus, whether that would be riots, and so on and so on. However, once upon a time, these things did happen before, but we would always look up to a simple term: heroism. Today, starting today, this is going to be a new series on my channel where we're going to take a look at what happened to heroism and how we can get it back. Well, let me reclaim this. I'm not necessarily saying heroism is dead, because it's not. But it is definitely not popular today. Now, most of this will be about superheroes, but I'm going to talk about other things too. And I'm even going to make it in cave to the real world, because heroes need to exist in every point, whether it be fiction or reality. We need heroes. Why do you think people look up to gods, some goddesses, or Jesus, or whatever? It's because we need that moral compass, and heroism gives us that. Now, we always had examples of heroes in culture. Look at the Greeks for a sample. Now, mythology, in many ways, is kind of like the comics we have today, or the superhero movies we have today. It is very telling about a man or woman who gives up everything to help people in need. And I think in many cases we strive to be better in ourselves. Why? Because we want to show we can do it, and we can live in a better world. Once upon a time, there was two Jewish immigrant boys called Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. Now, what they did was created Superman. In fact, they were most famous for that. They wanted to make a character what they could relate to, but also where they can say, you know, if I was like a Superman, I can beat all the struggles in the world. Not just for me, but for everybody. Not just for my community, but every community. In many cases, you could say that Joe Siegel and Joe Shuster was pretty much the embodiment of Jewish Americans who came to this country to look for something called the American Dream. Now, everybody has their own idea what American Dream is. Their definition was kind of like American Dream should be for everyone. American Dream should be for people who want it, and American Dream should be opportunity. And really, that's what Superman stands for: hope, opportunity, and just trying. Let me explain it this. Now, Action Comics #1, the very first appearance of Superman. As you know, or don't know, Superman was actually pretty different in his first appearance going on forward. First of all, Superman didn't heartily take on the evil sciences. He didn't really take on, Lex Luthor. No, he took on corrupt politicians. He took on wife beaters. He took on, corrupt people in general, because he was the embodiment of what America was. In many ways, he was like a New Deal superhero. He was a costume version of like Franklin Roosevelt. Superman was everywhere back then because he represented hope. He really did at the time. You gotta imagine what it was like. They just came out of a First World War. Okay? This was this was like the late 30s when he came out in 1938. So this was the Great Oppression. People were starving. People were hungry, people were poor, people were broke. People couldn't even really have two jobs, but they had to do it anyway. Superman brought this kind of utopian idea of what America should be. And really what the rest of the world should be. So, really, what happened? Well, really, a couple things happened. Modern society moved on. Which, okay, it ain't really necessarily a bad thing per se. But to say we don't need heroes is it's not true. Also, you also have to give credit the real reason why superheroes are dying out, and that is the concept of the evil superhero, and in this case, evil Superman. Now, keep in mind, this series ain't necessarily about Superman, but I think it's important to look at this to look at, this is what's going on. Evil Superman? Like, why? When did this trope even came out? Well, you gotta think about it this way. In the 90s, they killed off Superman, okay? And they brought him back as kind of a Christ figure. That was the biggest mistake right here, trying to show Superman as a god. Superman is not supposed to be a god. Superman is supposed to be hope. Not to say a god can't be about hope, but he's not. He's supposed to be a person, an average person, but with so much power. He could do bad with it, but he decides not to. Instead, he decides to do good. But evil Superman kind of came about because writers didn't know what to do with him anymore. He became irrelevant. He kind of came like, oh, that's just your grandpa's stuff. There's no way you can make Superman irrelevant unless you make him edgy. But I'm gonna say, no. I think there's still a way to make him relevant, but still have imagination and heart, and still make him where he is very accurate to what Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster made him. I think we gotta make him a hero again. A true hero. It's not about a matter of trying to make him cool or edgy. It's about making him a hero again. Let me tell you why. Let's face it, shall we? 2022 has not really been a best year for us. No. Or neither has any the 2020s just sucked. But we don't need to look at it that way. We can make not just Superman, but we can even make modern a modern day hero, but bring him to this heroic thing. Yeah, maybe kind of campy. But you know what? Maybe that's what we need. We need idealistic, even if it's not too realistic. Even if it is a little naive. We need hope, people, and heroism. Hope is, to me, hope is heroism. You can't have hope about heroism, and you can't have heroism about hope. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this video, but I will do more of these. This is going to be a series. Tell me what you think. I'm going to call it Finding Heroism. Have a good day and bye.